Were you wishing for a higher love? The one I promised you would come. Now all it takes is blood in my mouth. Now all it takes is blood in my mouth. Disappointment strikes the fiery ground. The thoughts inside follow me down. This bleak hour, one light, blue skies and dust. I look inside myself. The mirror's black and now. The mirror's black and now.
Bum, 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 bum.
Then you dance so gracefully, your life remove the ugliness I have. But I fear one day I'll let you down. Torn between missing feet, the constant feet. I'm always apologizing in my sleep. I've been dreaming a song, really. Disappointment strikes with fiery ground. The thoughts inside follow me.
Have you ever listened to Manchester Orchestra?
Yeah. It's my one. Streaming now. Just to say. Just to warn you. Family friendly language only. But let's talk about how much you like Jet, Tom.
I was going to suggest Manchester. Seems like you're back.
Yeah, no, they've got a good song with somebody as well. Usually it's probably the top ones, isn't it? That's the one. Very good, and basically I like Gina Baker, and I like Phoebe Bridgers a lot.
A few good Jet covers as well.
Couldn't love you anymore. You've become my ceiling.
Right,
I don't
updating
think
the
I'll love
stream.
you anymore. That
Close
cold
Teams.
word changed you. You don't have to
Close
hold
my
me
email.
anymore. Our cave's collapsing. I don't wanna be me anymore. Our old
It's a hard
man
work.
told me, you don't open your eyes for a while. You just breathe that moment.
You sure?
40 miles around these
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, can take one each. But,
See, because the stream is on high quality, that's why the video is quite big, firstly. Secondly, I thought I'd put hold music on for the stream. It's a wee bit behind, obviously, because I'm not doing anything. It's good. So, yeah, if we sit on this. Right.
what do we have next?
I don't know. I'm just here to look pretty and take notes, alright?
Look what?
Pretty and
You
take
also
notes.
like to pop up when needed
Yeah.
in the background.
Hello!
By the way.
Right, so we've got Pramod. Let's
Pramod.
add him.
It's not a rush. Oh, sorry, there's a spare one here. I should have done.
Move this thing away. So let's search for him. Oops.
So remember to start the recording and also stop the recording after each one. Okay.
Yeah. Do we still have the link copied? Did you copy paste
that's a good
anything?
question, isn't it? If you go into my email,
Yeah.
but then close Outlook again afterwards, just so there's no pop-ups.
Yeah.
Emails. See, still two issues. It's still- Ian, that's not relevant. I'd love to see a drill down on the. Yes, we know. It's not it's a good little tool, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where is the link?
If you go into Ascent on the left, yeah, and then go down.
Testing
down.
link?
No.
No?
That's no, don't turn it off. The last one sent yesterday. Here's another,
Ah, here's another. Yep.
and copy that link.
Okay, and then I close
Yeah, at
it.
the bottom. If you can move to the bottom and then just hold it. You got Mac at home, don't you?
Yeah.
Also, your poor unfortunate thing is a Mac.
She's got Mac at home. That's
What did I
Oh,
close?
That's
cool. Isn't it?
Start recording
can't record
instead.
another word.
Tom, you can just pretend to be me if you want.
Like I'm old. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Pramod. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good. Finally meeting you.
Okay, can you hear me? I
Yeah.
don't have an external speaker,
No,
so I'm
we can.
wondering if you can hear me. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you very well.
Now, just for your information, I got my 3-year-old son just wandering across our couch. So
I think we
you
heard
might be
him.
hearing a little bit of a sound from him, actually. Please don't mind that.
That's okay. Absolutely. So I'm here with Tom Brady. He is in the graduate
Hi,
scheme
nice to meet you.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
and works with the publishing team.
That's right.
And here we also have Kai.
Son, I'll be back to you. I'll come back to you. Okay, just go there. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I was saying, and we also
Sorry.
have Kai from the digital team, who will be popping up. Sometimes it just appears at the back. Yeah, that's what he does. So, just to give you an introduction to the project, as I mentioned, we are testing a new tool for teachers to help them assessing their students in the classroom, and especially it's more formative assessment rather than summative.
Yeah.
So the tool that you're going to see is a prototype, so it's absolutely not the finished thing. It's a very early stage. So there will be some parts of it that don't work, and only some items will be clickable.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, yeah, one thing that to make clear from the beginning is that we are testing the tool, not we're not assessing you. So there is nothing you can do that is wrong.
I can feel relaxed then.
Exactly.
Okay.
There is no wrong answer, no wrong thing to click. Absolutely, we want to understand if the tool is good. Not obviously.
Yeah. Actually, we've been talking a lot about enhancing digital learning and also presenting lessons using digital media as much as possible. Actually, but then we are still in the kind of a beginning stages. So I'm quite happy to do this conversation with you. It's also kind of a learning point for me.
That's good to hear. Very good to hear.
Yeah.
While we go through the tool, it would be good to hear what you think, what you're thinking, what you're seeing, what you're doing, or what you're about to do. So just think out loud, so that we can just understand exactly what you think about it.
Yeah.
And then another thing is that if you are okay with it, we would like to record your screen while you go through the tool, so that we can refer back to it. Sorry, should we turn? How do I turn down the volume?
Sorry, can you repeat that part?
Yeah, sorry, it's just that the volume was a bit. So if you will agree with it, we would like to record your screen while you go through the tool, so that we can refer back to it. And obviously,
that's fine.
Only people involved in the project would see it, and yeah, it's all just
No
for
problem.
research.
Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. If you have any questions during the testing, feel free to ask. Sometimes we might not be able to reply immediately because we want to see how you would behave without anyone there. So how you feel about the tool without anyone telling you what works and what doesn't. But do feel free to ask any questions.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right, so we have we're going to start with some contextual questions, and obviously I know you're head of department, and that's for English, but if you want to talk a little bit about your school and what you do, other teachers involved in your team, that would be great.
Okay, actually, I'm originally from India, and I've been working here in Indonesia for the past 13 years. This is actually my third school, and the institution that I work for is called Venus School, and I've been here for 4 years, and I teach the IGCSE as well as the AS and A-level English program. So I mainly deal with the high school students.
Mm-hmm.
We're a quite big school, actually. We got about 1,500 students in high school and another 1,600 in the middle school as well. Actually, it's quite a big organization. And I head the English department in high school, and we got about 8 teachers dealing with AS level, O-level English, as well as IGCSE, ESO, and first language English.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers come from different parts of the world, actually. We got some from the UK, from Australia, from the US, India, and the Philippines.
Hello.
And we are a complete Cambridge school, actually. And most of our exams are modeled on Cambridge curriculum. We do have 3 major exams in an academic year: mid-semester 1 exam, followed by semester 1 and semester 2 exams. And apart from this, we also assess the students continually, which is part of the continual assessments. We got unit test, we got things like seat work, performance task, etc.
Brilliant. That's very clear.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then a question more on assessment. So, what do you do in class to understand students' understanding of a topic?
Mainly, it's we got something called a seat work, which is given soon after a topic is finished. Say, for example, I discuss descriptive writing with them in 1 week. It will be followed by a small assessment called seat work, which they can take on a following Monday. Now, the seat work is something very, very simple. It will only assess the basic parts of a topic. So that's one way we try to understand how much the students have grasped the topic. And of course, it'll be followed by question answer sessions, individual questions, and then group tasks, etc.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those are some of the ways.
And that happens every Monday?
Sorry?
That happens every Monday?
It happens every Monday, actually, soon after a topic is done.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Great. And then just one last question. What type of digital tools do you use in class? Do you have available, such as whiteboards, laptop, iPads, anything, if anything?
It's pretty basic, actually. I mean, we do have a desktop in every classroom, and we do use PowerPoints and videos. Plus, we do have, of course, speakers in order to, play the audio files. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, actually, we don't really have anything very sophisticated, actually. But I used to work in a school a few years ago where we used tablet PC. I'm not sure if you're familiar with tablet PC, actually, in which the teachers can send assignments to children using a tablet, and then there's a kind of a healthy give and take within the students and the teachers in doing assessments, giving feedback, etc. But that's something which I left behind. Yeah, because we had problems with the students trying to access different internet sites, and they're losing all kinds of concentration, actually. So it was a great success.
Okay, that's very good to know. Thank you. Right, so let's get started with the tool. I'm gonna send you a link, and just to check, you should be able to share your screen by clicking on a plus icon. You should have different options available.
Okay.
And one of them should be share your screen.
Okay, where can I find this plus sign?
So on Skype.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So just in our chat, that there is a microphone, a video, the end for the call, and then there should be a plus button.
Yes, at the bottom right.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, should I click it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you should have...
Share screen?
Yeah, that's the one. And I'm sending you the link. It's in the chat, so I think you'll have to open the chat.
Chat, okay. Yeah, it says it's loading. I'll just wait for it.
I think if you click on it, it's going to work.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. And we can't see your screen quite yet.
I just opened it, and yeah, I can see the link now. I've already opened it. Can you see that?
No, we can't see the screen yet. Can you try again, please?
Sure.
There might be an extra step, and on Skype for Business there is another button you have to click to say allow the screen to be shared or something like that, maybe.
I just clicked the share screen again. Oh yeah, okay. I think I didn't click it again. Probably.
Yeah, I always do it as well.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, now we can see ourselves.
Okay, all right. Yeah, sorry.
Great, here we are then. Yeah, and if we can scroll a little bit down so that we can see most of the phone, that would be great.
Okay.
Yep. So what we're going to ask is to look at the page, and for most of the pages, and tell us what you think, what you think is particularly impressive, what you think doesn't really work. So all the impressions that you have on each page, you will see. And yeah, again, think out loud if you can. That would be very, very helpful.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a scenario. So in this scenario, you are an IGCSE biology teacher, and you have two classes. And your the class that we're going to look at is IGCSE Biology 1. The class has a variety, has a wide range of abilities, and you've previously set your class on a diagnostic check. So, for example, what you do on Mondays, to find out what students' knowledge of the of plant nutrition, which is the topic you've already covered, have. So, what understanding they have of this topic. In the tool, there are different activities that will show you all the data of your students. Your goal, as you go through the task, apart from telling us what you think of it, is to find some material that will help your student. So identifying the next steps that you can take to make sure that they understand the topic better.
Okay.
Okay, is that clear?
Yeah. Yes. So as I understand, I need to focus on actually how effective is the tool, or what I think about it, and then how it can help the students understand the topic. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right. So if we go through IGCSE Biology 1, then you'll see the next screen.
Do I need to click that?
Yep. As I said, some bits will not be clickable, so just better. And if you can scroll a little bit up, yeah, that's brilliant.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So yeah, if you want to let us know what you think about it, have a look around. What's your first impression? Oh. Pramal, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What is your first impression of this page? What do you think it does? What's the point of it?
I like the colors, actually, the working, class working towards, class working, beyond, etc. I mean, it's pretty organized, I believe. And it is called different sections like, the quiz, diagnostic check, etc. I believe a new user might take a little bit of time to, go through and try to understand, locate different parts of it and how to employ that in the classroom. But I think my first impression is, what can I say? I think it's quite positive, because this is something which can get the students interested in the topic, actually, because what I'm thinking when I say this is that the mundane activity of taking a paper and pen, writing down things, etc., etc. So this kind of an app can probably create further interest. But I'm sure, actually, as a new learner, you might have to, spend a little bit of time working on it and trying to introduce it in the classroom.
This would actually be visible to you as a teacher, but not necessarily to your students. It's something that you would use to see where your students are at. So it's very much for you, although you could be able to show it in class if you want to show them how they're doing.
Yeah. I'm actually looking at the bottom part, which shows the class learning behavior.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably quite helpful to many teachers like me, who struggle with providing differentiated learning. For example, my class has got different sections of students whose learning curves are totally different from one another. Mm-hmm. I got highly performing students, I got moderately performing students, and I got those students who are the borderline passes, etc. And we all, have a frequent discussions on how to deal with different kinds of students in a classroom. So if I look at class learning behavior, it has got some sort of correspondence to what I'm experiencing at the moment in my school. So I think it can be quite helpful for teachers.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you can have a look at the diagnostic quizzes and what we can propose to help you with your students. Just have a play around and see where if you can find it and.
Okay. Do I click any of those? Or?
Yes, so there is one part that is on the left. It's for the diagnostic. It's higher up in the screen.
Is it quiz?
Yeah, no, it's the topic. Is the topic on the top left?
Top left. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the second page, and again, if you can let us know what you think about it. Just remember that the scenario is that you are an IGCSE teacher who has just conducted a diagnostic check on students, and you want to find what you can do to help them. So what next steps you can take.
Okay, yeah. I think this does provide a type of a progress report, or probably half of a report, which can lead to the final report at the end of a term or at the end of a semester. That's what I can see if I look at the graphs. And if I see the names of students with some remarks on the right side, student working towards, etc., etc. So maybe if this can be generated, and if teachers can keep an Excel file downloaded from this, it can be quite useful actually in order to enter this thing into the final report later on.
Brilliant. That's really good. If we go back to the previous screen and have a look at the yeah. Sometimes the arrow doesn't work, but it did work.
Okay, all right, yeah. Do I go for the progress tracker?
No, that's not clickable. So we have
Quiz results.
It's just this page, the diagnostic check, but if you can have a look at other bits that are available in this page and let us know what you think about them.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is exactly that I was talking about, differentiated activities. Students are grouped together because diagnostic check. These students have misconceptions on form. Oh yeah, I mean, these are some of the ideas that we normally come up with after each and every term, based on different kinds of capabilities. Like you got some students who are always stuck on 40 to 50%. You got some, etc., etc. And then we need to come up with worksheets and handouts which can really cater to their needs. So I think this can solve a lot of problems actually that the teachers face, especially in my school. I'm sure I think that kind of a perception is shared by many in different parts of the world, I think. Actually. I think this is a really good feature. I would love to have this actually, introduced to my team.
It's good to hear. And can we have a look at the different groups that you have available? So you've got group 1, which is the one that we have looking at right now, and then
Okay. Yeah.
we have group 2, which has 2 students, and here you have some materials that you can access that are available to you.
Within the
in
next
the
steps.
in the section that we were looking at. No. On this page, sorry. If you scroll down, there is an area called a section called Next Steps. If you scroll down.
I can't scroll down. I think that this is full.
Okay.
Maybe you need to go back.
No. It's on this. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were in another page. Yes. So go back and then scroll down.
Next steps.
In group 2.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Oh yes.
The practical bit is clickable. And this is some material that could help you. What do you think of it?
Yeah, the practical can be found. Okay, so you are actually helping the students to, refer the textbook where it can be found. Actually, I mean, it's quite good because we don't really use the course book completely actually because it's thick and it's got plenty of materials in each and every unit actually. So none of us uses the textbook completely. We only select certain pages and certain units which are normally introduced in the classroom actually. So this kind of a reference can be very helpful actually, not just for the students but also for the teachers actually. So you don't really have to browse again and again.
Brilliant.
I got one more here, right? Ask them to complete this scaffolded exercise of the chemical process.
Yes. That's not clickable.
That's not clickable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any other materials that you would like to see apart from the link to the course book?
At the moment, I can't think of any, but well, I think the reference to textbook is more than enough, I would say, actually. I think that should be quite helpful for the students.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Right, I think we have exhausted all that the tool can offer at the moment. So if you could just answer to this a final question that is about how easy or difficult it was to use it, where we're going to go on a scale from 1 to 7, where 1 is very difficult and 7 was very easy. How would you rate the tool?
Sorry, can you repeat that part?
So the scale, on a scale from 1 to 7, where 1 is very difficult and 7 is very easy, how would you rate the tool?
It's about using this tool, right?
Yes. How easy or difficult was it to navigate it and use it?
Okay, my first impression, I would say it's not really difficult. At the same time, it's not 100% easy. As I mentioned earlier, that it might take a while for the teachers to get adapted to it. I would say, I would put it somewhere between 5 and 6, if there's any 5.5, something like that, yeah.
Okay, that works. That works for us.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And I think that's it, unless you have any other questions, Tom?
No, it's perfect.
No?
Thank you very much.
Okay. And I'll be in touch soon, again,
Okay.
for a change.
Thank you very much, absolutely. Okay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
See
Thank you so much.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
So just at the start, that's where you really need to frame that scenario and say that's why we had you go to the topic on plant nutrition, so we don't have to keep on doing it because there's a wee bit too much talking and a wee bit too much guidance on that. So we didn't get a sense of how you might actually use the flow. But
I mean,
in terms of the comments, it was good comments, like useful stuff coming out of it, but just
Yeah.
That's where we set it, and it's easier when they've got it in front of them in paper because remote's hard, and they can just look back again at the scenario. But just try and and if there's something coming up, say, or don't click on the top left. You'll just go, well, we're looking for this topic, and then we can remind it in that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just be mindful of that and just sit back a little bit more.
Okay.
But it was good.
Have
you stopped recording?
Yeah. And the part on when he misinterpret what it was.
Yeah.
How do I tell him?
So that's where you let it run until you come to a screen like this or something where you can see all of the students, and you go, okay, so now who do you think? You let them try and make that connection, and then you go, okay, so now who do you think this is for? So that might be a question we ask at this point, is we specifically ask now, and who do you think this is intended for?
Yeah. Okay.
And then we can just let them run with it, and then if they have a change of opinion or they don't have a change of opinion, then we can have that interpretation.
Okay.
So just maybe
just
say at the start who do you
as
think
soon
this
as
is
I
for.
started saying it, I thought
it's
that
all right.
didn't come up with.
But
very well.
just say, who do you think this is for when we're asking this page, and then let it run, and then we can ask again at another point. And has your opinion about who this is for changed?
Yeah. Okay.
But we need to.
Sounds good.
You need to try and let them make those jumps rather than.
Then telling them.
Yeah, it's really hard not to sometimes. Though, 'cause you just like.
Or when they, just to make them stuff, when they know this is a teacher tool, if they were a customer who bought it.
Yeah, they would, but this is where it's just how interpret, because also, it's just how part of the test is.
So I just
And
find
of course, we do say that at the beginning as well.
Yeah.
This is a tool for teachers.
Yeah. But it does suggest, there's language difficulties as well. So there's differences and they're not picking up on something. But it's just the interface should also reinforce that they're a teacher and but he was.
I thought he was looking at it more than he was actually.
Yeah, he wasn't
looking into it.
But I think that's. You need to really frame the scenario a bit more, and so it's a bit less.
You're a bit superficial with that.
Yeah, it's a bit less of what do you think this page is? We're doing this, so we're doing the flow, and then when they arrive on the pages, we let them do the talking.
Yeah.
And then if there's anything else we want to get out of them a bit more, then we go, okay, and what do you think of this, this, and this? I thought it was good.
When I was fiddling with it the first time last night, I found it really easy. Once I discovered if you got a bit to go blue where you can click that.
Yeah.
I can turn that. You can turn those off.
It's a bit cheaty.
Yeah, I can turn those off, but they don't be bothered. But again, it's another thing coming up in here is that this is solving a lot of problems. This bit, which is good.
I'll do this one.
Yeah.
You got the hardest one. By miles.
Oh, maybe it's because of
Screaming children.
When are they?
No.
Now?
You didn't invite his son along.
I've put your thing here.
Oh, cool, cheers.
You're always happy.
Did you annotate numbers and stuff? Or did you just-
Yeah, I wrote down some
Okay.
numbers. Oh, for the... No, I didn't. I wrote down the numbers he gave for the ease of use.
Oh, okay.
Personally, I wouldn't give any 3s for that.
But maybe I didn't.
No, I don't think.
But I can't see any.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fine, so we need to call that first.
Oh, sorry. Cool.
How do you pronounce her name?
You can.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you see us?
Hi.
Can you see
Yes,
us okay?
I can see you.
Okay, cool.
I can't see you though.
Yeah. Can you see me now?
Yep. Here we go.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Hi.
Hiya.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, very well.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, so I suppose you know me from all the messages I send you
Yes.
all the
yes.
time. Sorry about that.
Even I do the same. Keep on sending you messages.
And you might not know Tom.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi.
He works with us in the publishing team, and he's helping the team conducting research on this project.
Okay.
And I'll leave it to him to walk you through
Okay,
the test.
thank you. Yeah, so as Sylvia said, my name's Tom, and I'm going to be just guiding you through this session.
Okay.
As you probably know, we're testing a digital tool that we're working on to see what it's like for teachers to use, what teachers think about it.
Okay.
And something to bear in mind at the moment is that what we're going to be looking at is a prototype. So there are elements of it which are clickable and some not, because it's still in that early stage at the moment.
Okay.
And the other thing I should make clear is that we're testing the tool, not testing you. So you can't do anything wrong. Don't worry about that at all.
Okay.
And we want to hear exactly what you think. So don't worry about hurting our feelings. We're trying to improve the tool, so we need to know honestly what you think of it.
Okay. It is exactly the same type. I think we did one activity also on that. Like you send me the prototype. It's almost similar to that.
Yes. So it's the same type of software that we're using. So it will be similar.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so as we go along, as we navigate through the tool, I'm going to encourage you to think out loud as much as possible. So as you're clicking through the different screens and looking at the different features, it's really useful to hear what you're thinking. As you're going through, what you find appealing, what you find less appealing, whether you think it would be useful for you as a teacher to use something like this.
Okay.
And if you've got any questions, just ask. I might not be able to answer them straight away because what we're looking at here is how you use the tool when you haven't got someone kind of prompting you at each step. But I'll be able to answer anything you'd like when we're finished. And with your permission, we're going to record the computer screen and what you're saying as we go through the test.
Okay, fine.
Perfect. So it will only be seen by people working directly on the project, no one else, and that's really useful for us to kind of capture that.
Okay.
Okay. So should we do the link?
Yep.
Yeah.
It should be in the
Okay.
report,
So I'm going to send you a link to the prototype.
And in the meantime, if you want to see if we managed to share the screen, so that you should have a plus button available.
Yes.
Yeah, if you click on it, there is an option to share screen amongst the menu.
They are saying there are 3 things: hold call, start recording, turn subtitles on. When I'm clicking on it, that is what I've been trying to do since you told me yesterday.
Okay.
And it is from the app only. It is not a.
Okay.
That is what I was telling while I was writing.
Yeah.
Anything to share my screen.
Must be a previous version of the app.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
And that's the link.
The link. I thought the.
Yeah. Can.
Oh.
That's it.
It's one.
Wait, that's worked. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's not working anymore.
No, that's.
Is it?
We're not seeing.
That was it.
Yeah, for a moment.
Can you do that again?
I didn't do anything.
Can you see something now?
For a
We
moment.
did briefly,
For a
yeah.
moment, we saw it. Yeah,
So
here
we
we are.
do now.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
still on?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
I mean, we can see ourselves.
Yeah, we can see.
So, do I have a link or something?
Yeah, so we sent it on the chat, I think. Did you?
No, it's not coming up. Deal with Mac. So it should come through now.
Yeah, it's loading. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So just before we get started with the tool, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, contextual type questions. So could you tell me a little bit about the school you work in and your role?
Actually, I was working in Create School in Tudzing, but for a while I have resigned from there, and I'm working in Munich International School right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I am a maths teacher basically. So my role was to guide the students from year 5 to year 12. So I was teaching year 5 to year 12 in Create School.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my main subject was maths, so I was only dealing with maths, nothing else.
Okay, perfect.
So I was maths teacher there.
Yeah. Cool. And what do you do in classes to test your students' understanding of a particular topic?
So there were various things which I used to do was sometimes on online resources. I would use online resources.
Mm-hmm.
So I would give them worksheets to do to test where they are. And mostly for the higher classes, I would use the IGCSE sample papers to test them, like at what level they are and where should I start with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And just finally, how do you use digital devices in the classroom? Do you use whiteboards, computers, iPads, anything like that?
Computers, yes, computers. We were using computers. We didn't have whiteboards yet. It was a new school, so we were not using any whiteboards there.
Okay.
It was mainly the tabs or computers which the students had.
Cool. Okay, thank you. So yeah, we're ready to get started. So I'm going to give you a scenario. It's kind of made up. So you're an IGCSE biology teacher for the purposes of this. So and your class is IGCSE Biology 1. It's a mixed ability class. And you've previously set your class a diagnostic check and a quiz to find out students' knowledge of the topic of plant nutrition. So bear in mind that's the topic that we're focusing on as we go through this. So the goal here is to find and evaluate the differentiated activities proposed by the tool as a result of this check that you've done and the data that you can see on your class.
Okay.
So
should I click it?
Perfect. Yeah. So just tell me what you make of the layout and the presentation here, and what you think of the various features and what you think they do. Anything there jump out at you?
Anything, sorry?
Anything there catch your attention?
No, it looks nice to me right now. As far as I have worked with previous things, this looks quite elaborated and showing me all the features which I need to know before I start. Okay.
And who do you, at this point, who do you think would be using something like this?
Yes, I would. I would really love to.
Okay. And could you just have a look at some of, just down there with the learning behavior, tell me what you think that shows and whether you think that would be useful? So what does the learning behavior show?
So like it is showing that how much they can do the problem solving, the scientific language, and math skills included in that topics, right? This is what this graph predicts.
Yeah, that's right.
But I didn't get that. Working towards is red, yellow is working at,
Yeah.
and working beyond. What does working beyond indicates? Like this is the behavior of the class that they are upper?
Yeah, that's right. So working towards means they're below a given level. Working at means that they're at that level, and working beyond means they're ahead of it.
So they are ahead, like they are doing quite well.
Yeah, exactly.
In that area.
Yeah. Okay. So if you just scroll back up for me.
Mm-hmm.
So bearing in mind we're looking at the topic of plant nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see if there's anything to follow there in relation to that?
Scientific language, definitely.
Yeah. Can you have a look into the topic of plant nutrition? So is there anything there that
it's a little bit, it's just not working.
Yeah,
it's a little bit higher up.
so if you
Click on the image, yeah.
click on the image rather than the text?
Yeah, sorry, it's just...
Yeah. There you go. Perfect. So again, with this screen, just have a little play around with it and tell me what you think of it, and whether you think it would be useful.
This looks interesting.
Okay. So what do you think it shows?
Yeah, it has, from the diagnostic check, I think they have grouped the students of the class, like differentiated them,
Yep.
where each student stands, and accordingly, I think it will be easy for the teacher to work on the groups in particular way, like where they are lacking or where they're good at.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So you can see you've got some different groups there.
Yeah.
Would you be able to have a view of a different group?
Yes, I have done that already.
Okay. So can you move across to another group?
Yeah.
Perfect. So given that we're looking for some kind of action here, some kind of next steps, is there anything there that shows that you can dig into?
Yeah, depending upon these differentiated activities, if we can have some exercises based on it at the end of the lesson, that would be good. And maybe the scientific languages, especially in bilingual schools, because here in Germany there are lots of bilingual schools. The kids have a lot of problems with the English language also.
Yeah, that's really useful.
Sometimes they are very confused with the terms.
Yeah.
And the grasping is less. Although they are intelligent, but because of the language, they have problems. So that would be a good idea to have a glossary kind of thing, so that they know where to go when they are struggling with the language.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
would
great.
be one thing which can be added.
Yeah. And if you look into the next steps, so if you scroll down a little bit, the section, the link that says this practical, that's clickable.
Okay. Okay.
So can you just tell me what this is, and whether something like this would be useful?
Yes, that would be very useful.
Yeah?
Surely very useful, yes.
Okay, perfect. That's really good. Thank you for exploring that for us.
Pleasure.
So if I just, I'm just going to ask you that for the task itself, that's pretty much it. Can I ask you, overall, how easy or difficult did you find the task? So if we're on a scale of 1 to 7, and 1 is very difficult, and 7 is really easy. What number would you score it?
For this activity, online activity?
Yeah, for the task, for what I've been asking you to do there.
Actually, for me, it was pretty easy. From my side, I would give 7. But
Okay, great.
I know there are teachers who are not very familiar with computers.
Yeah.
It's new for them. So then some people find it difficult. But thinking of them also, I would give 5 because I found it pretty straightforward.
Okay, great. No, it's really useful to have both views
But
there.
I've seen some teachers struggling with computers sometimes that they don't get how to start working on it or putting the codes on it and to start how this works. Maybe for some teachers who are not very familiar with the computers, it might be difficult, but still I would say 5.
Okay, great. Thank you.
It's really good. Thank you.
So that's just about it from us. If we could ask you as well, as we continue to kind of develop this, would you be happy for us to stay in touch with you?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe arrange something similar in the future as we develop this tool?
Yes, sure.
Brilliant.
I would be happy to be a part of it.
Fantastic.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. So yeah, that's pretty much it from us. Thanks for joining us, and
Thank you.
enjoy
Thank
the
you.
rest of your day.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Have a nice day, you too.
All right,
Bye.
take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop the recording.
Just click on the other one.
That's each time.
Okay. I think culturally Indian teachers aren't quite as good as testers. So I think did well, but again, it's the same kind of just try and sit back a little bit. But yeah, there's similar things coming out. I think she did see the stuff, but she wasn't reading it.
That's like what I thought
So
about
it was
the last one.
Yeah, so it's a similar thing. So I've put a note about, because when we asked that next step, she had looked at them. They were on there, but she didn't necessarily acknowledge what they were. So I think I've put something about some unsureness about it. But I think it's just they don't tend to take it in or read it. Whereas when we did it test in Australia with Lee, and even the first lady, she was reading the stuff. So I think it's possibly a bit of a cultural.
Also, there's a distinction between we want to have qualitative feedback because it's much more engaging than just numbers. But a lot of people don't read what's on the screen.
That's why we don't have a lot on there.
Yeah.
In terms
But I
of,
mean, it might just be that any amount of text for
Yeah.
some people
it's too much.
is too much.
That's why you have both
Yeah,
both bits.
because so far we've had, well, a 50-50 split between people who rigorously read everything out to us on the screen and, not at all. So.
In terms of also the accessibility, words are better.
But I am rubbish at reading things on screen. I mean, I'm not the physical activity of reading, but I see the shape of stuff.
That's where
and get drawn
if we
down
do
the
it,
tunnels
if
of
we
other-
do it down in written, we need you need rules around how much there is.
But also, I think we might
maximum.
need to work out how to
How to
make
format
people
it.
focus on it.
Yeah, I don't
Some
think
visual something.
I think
this is.
visual.
I think it's a little bit hidden.
Well,
It's
this is
just-
mobile, so this isn't the
But-
primary.
No,
thing.
I know,
So-
but I think
this
that the
is-
colour-
the contrast doesn't work.
Yeah,
But
I
it
agree.
doesn't
I agree. I
work.
think the contrast
The
doesn't.
head
Yeah,
is
it
in
doesn't jump
contrast,
out.
and then the things
But
are
also, if here we had, for each type of activity, there was some sort of an icon. I mean,
It's almost
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just thinking how you make
Exactly,
it
yeah,
as
it's-
exciting as
Here
it
they
is.
are.
No,
It's
it's
because
a
it's the
bit
same
basic,
colour
yeah,
as the
it's
header.
probably needs an
I
icon.
The
think
word, I mean, it's that
kind of
combination.
comes out
You
as
read
some
There
what's
needs
in
to
the
be a bit
middle,
more
don't you?
space
Yeah.
You
between
see the
some
top
bits
and
as
the
well.
bottom as outline.
We're probably not allowed to be having these thoughts until we've had it at the end.
No, well, no, because you're meant to
Create
pivot,
blends
like,
in a little bit.
make adjustments.
having something
So what we
here
can do is have
to
Click
download.
here for next steps.
the first four on this one, and then we print out a changed prototype here. We can compare the differences. That's fine. We can do that.
And another thing that I noticed between the first two and these last two is the different approach to just trying and click stuff. So the first two were just clicking and going around, while they were much more careful about it.
Yeah.
Which is something that Lee also
There
mentioned.
is also this thing about not in Indian culture, you do not criticise.
Mm.
And you don't.
Which is what I did.
No, but it's qualified by the fact that actually she didn't know where to click for the topic. And things.
You don't criticise, but you also don't get things wrong either.
No,
So it's like I'm just going to talk vaguely because I don't want to.
Yeah.
She seems to have got this bit wrong.
Yeah. But it's interesting.
When are the next ones?
11 and then...
And then we might have one at 11:30, but we're not quite sure. Oh, we've got Eric now.
Are there, how's the afternoon shaping up?
There's a couple more in the afternoon as well.
We've got one at... No, we've got... So, at 12, one at 12:30, and then the last one is going to be at 2:30.
Who's that? Are they good? Because it might just be...
She's Italian, so I might just have a chat about stuff. Politics, you know.
Maybe. Just because for the afternoon, maybe we should just start to be downloading stuff. We can always do it as well, but it's an addition. Yeah.
I can perhaps...
Later, I might not make any of those times.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. We can still do the
Do it,
the
but
interview, but like in between, I can just be here
let's not wait.
writing.
Yeah,
you know.
Let's not wait to start the report.
Yeah.
Or the download. Yeah, they're hard, aren't they?
Yeah,
But
the last two were...
sometimes you just videos of me in Australia, just me like sitting there in silence, just going,
No,
just
well,
let them make the same mistake again and again and again.
Okay.
I mean, that's slightly different because that's a usability test,
Yeah.
and we're not quite doing a usability test here.
I feel like those
just-
last two, if you did that completely, they just wouldn't click anything because they're like tentatively scrolling up and down for fear of like clicking of doing something wrong.
That's where
rather
you
than
just kind of go, what looks clickable?
Yeah,
something like
what-
that.
Yeah,
It's, it's really hard to get the balance between the vagueness of, well, what do you think about this surrounding environment versus the specificity of the task.
Mm.
I think you brought the topic up again well. So I thought that was
Probably pushed it a bit too much.
maybe, but
Just want to make sure that that's what we're
It's
talking about.
also we have a limited slot, and then we've got another person,
yeah,
and
so
another
you,
person,
you,
so
you
you've
need
got
to give some guidance. Yeah, it's not like you've got an hour.
Yeah. Perhaps for next time. Right, let's see what Eric is gonna be. He's gonna be a showman, I think.
Who is he?
Eric is the... You know, in classes you usually remember the name of a student immediately.
Yeah.
He is one of them. Nah. Can we access the panel on your computer, because it's not working and I didn't save Eric's details on the invite. Let's always do this. Valeria didn't reply to me, which is the one that we could have swapped for another one. But also it's a bit too late now to ask the other one to...
I didn't. We got loads.
We already had 4, exactly.
Which panel is he on?
English.
Eric J. Pollock.
Ooh.
This was
You
about
might
your
have just
name.
got something
Yeah,
else.
no.
You just chuck the take that out and put it back in again.
Should
Yeah,
take
that
it out
one.
and
Yeah.
back in. Is it Eric with a C, right?
Yeah.
Eric J. Pollock.
Yeah.
Pollock Kappa. Okay.
Double L O C K.
And that's it.
A C before the K.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Didn't think about it. You probably would have been better at doing the true Indian since you understand the culture much better than I do. You've been there a few
India?
times.
Not only once.
Ah, I thought you had been there many times. Mm.
The only thing that I recognise is like the not wanting to. You give the impression of knowing what you're doing, even if you don't.
I like how instead here is the opposite. Like you, for example, in the office, you want to give the impression that yeah, you're kind of doing things randomly, and then instead you've been preparing for like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't do my homework.
But you got a distinction, so.
yeah.
This live stream is really boring. Like an earwig.
Yeah, let's not maybe publish that. Let's send it
They
directly
bad
to.
mouth anyone.
Exactly, let's send it. Kai, please, I hate
Stop
my
it.
voice.
It says 2 people watching. One of them is me, and the other one is me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Bethany, your new panel member. Just looking forward to meeting you. That's sweet.
Isn't it just?
When am I gonna get my panel? introduction?
Thought you meant your own panel. Just the Kai panel.
Could do with it. I'd have any scrap of a teacher. Might go for a wee if that's okay.
Yeah.
Sylvia, around.
Yeah, go for it.
Cracking. So make sure we got photo of Sylvs for the report, maybe, for the extras.
Stop it.
Nice and out focus.
That is good.
Yeah, that will go in the report.
Dear.
Did he not reply still?
No, but
Didn't he want an interview at
is
8
it
o'clock this
11?
evening?
No, I said 11, but I just realized that I didn't send him a confirmation, so perhaps.
What's he a teacher of?
English.
That's although actually I've been surprised that they've not.
No, nobody seems to care
The
about
content's
that.
not been an issue at all,
No.
and also mobile's not been an issue at all.
Cheers.
Really good kids.
Now we're being paid as well.
Oh,
Maybe.
fuck. I didn't confirm it.
No,
so.
no, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
This would have taken a second of just messaging so many people.
We got loads.
Let's see. I would have been interested in hearing him
Yeah.
though. And meeting him as well. See if he's actually there. What a rascal. Ah, brilliant. I suppose that because they're mainly, I mean, we've had maths teachers, not science. We had one English. But maths and science, I suppose they work quite a lot together.
Yeah.
Not like they would,
Yeah, the second guy was maths, wasn't he? Cool. Valeria, at 11:30 as well.
Yeah. And she just said because she was struggling with the app, but she said, I can't believe that we managed to have everyone sharing their screen. I thought we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because yesterday when I was testing it with Olivier, he had a previous version of the app.
I
So
thought that's
far.
what happened with that one. I was thinking
yeah.
there's going to be no option to do it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he said then it came up. So. I don't think this is gonna happen.
That's right.
But Valeria said that she installed her app, so we have her.
Cool.
And I need to reply to the other one. So we have this one who said that she would be available until 1. She's maths, but she used to teach biology and chemistry.
Yeah. Should we try and get it now?
12.
It's supposed
think
to be
it's
in
bit-
20 minutes.
Pardon?
It's supposed to be in 20 minutes
the next
anyway.
one?
Yeah.
Alright, just leave it.
We
Was
can
there
ask
4 in a
her.
row?
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, but this is not gonna happen.
Yeah. I
Um,
thought we only had 3. Yeah, just.
so I can put her in another slot, 12:30 to 1. But we've got other 2 afterwards, so it would be again 4 in a row until 1:30.
12:31.
I don't mind. I think if.
So we've got
There's 3 in a row, and then.
we've got these 2, Farhat and Olivier. So Farhat is at 12:30 and then Olivier at 1.
Yeah.
So we've got a free slot at 12:30 to 1. No, 12 to
12 to
12:30.
12:30.
Which one I thought we could have lunch, but that's not gonna happen, is it?
Has Tom Healy said anything about?
No, I said that we were gonna get in touch later today.
Fair enough. I'd be quite interested to hear.
Yeah,
He'd be good at something like this.
he is really good.
Yeah. But I remember speaking to him before, and he said the same thing that the last 2 have said about. The teachers always say, like, there are people in my school who just don't understand technology, but it's never them.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, I'd be fine with it, but
Yeah.
I know loads of colleagues that would just, yeah.
Ah, yeah. We said 12:30 to 1, right?
Yeah. What wasn't it? 12 to 12:30.
No, really.
No.
Not.
Okay. Oh.
Getting bored, aren't you?
You get post-it fatigue after a while,
Yeah.
and there's not really any time to pivot stuff. I'm just trying to work out what I need to type up.
I'll give them some scores. I think everyone's getting a 3 for screen 1.
Yeah.
But the Pramod, the guy that Sylvia interviewed with the screaming child, he I wouldn't give him a 3 for anything else.
No, I don't think so.
I'll be tempted to give him a 1 for screen 2 because he didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Because he was just talking
Yeah.
about students and like whether they'd like the colours and stuff. And then I'd give him a 2 for the others.
So the others are. They saw. Well, yeah, I saw the report, which
Yeah.
not many did.
Yeah, he
but-
saw it.
Yeah, I think two.
Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
And then
for
she was-
Rook, I think well, screen 1, 3, everyone. I think she was 2s.
2's for the rest of it, yeah.
I mean, it's not that she wasn't able to.
Yeah, but it's
things,
not
but-
just like, you know,
Yeah.
gonna look at everything, yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah. No, Skywalker was right. It was 12 to 12:30. I can edit the message.
I was right.
Yeah.
Can you guess Tom's favourite bands?
It's not. Well, you won't be able to, and it's also not what he's going to say. So,
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
yeah, so obviously Sylvia has a higher opinion of me than you do.
I'd argue Red Hot Chili Peppers is a lower opinion.
What then?
Terrible band.
I'll give over. Not terrible.
Terrible since the 90s.
80. They're old.
But terrible since the 90s.
Okay.
How was that one song you really like go? By the band you really like? How does it go? So what I need to do is type up how might we questions, digitize the journey and the questions, up and download the videos, and then we need to get.
Up and download.
I need to download them and then make them useful. Actually, probably you should. And then we need to start the report.
Yeah. Do we have like a deadline for that?
No, not really. But then I did kind of say
Have you given yourself?
tomorrow.
You
Well, I
must
thought-
be knackered.
Well, I thought I could.
This
I
is
thought we'd have
chocolate.
the whole of the afternoon.
Chocolate. Can I have it?
We can have most of the afternoon, and we can have tomorrow as well.
Yeah, what we're doing tomorrow. I think I left tomorrow morning for it.
Probably do it in two halves of a day then. So as in the second half of today and the first half of tomorrow.
What do you need to do?
Just write the report of all this.
But how do you have a template?
Yeah, there is one. I'm gonna edit it a bit because it's from the LT.
You could do the editing now.
What I'm gonna do is do the map, I think. Which means I'll just have my computer and people watching the stream can watch me do that.
Okay. I'll search for the next person in the meantime. Just a second.
Wait for it.
Before you do
Will
things.
everything hold on here? Has she seen it?
Yeah. Well, perhaps she can do it now. Then we could just start doing it.
Be late for the other chat.
Hmm?
Be late for the other.
She's
the new one.
She's the next one, yeah.
Alright, yeah.
We had it down anyway.
She can do it now then. And then send the whiteboard back around. Cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's start it then. We have the link. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hiya.
Can you, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Good, good. Nice to meet you too.
Can you see me?
No, I can't see you yet.
Well, let me see.
I think we're getting there.
Give me a minute. Okay. I can see you. You cannot see me.
Nope.
Do you want to try calling again, just in case?
Yeah. Do you want to try to call us?
Okay.
Okay. Good.
took screenshots.
I mean, who wouldn't? No.
Add that to a story.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
So all the kids used to do the school I taught at in Spain. And they'd be like speaking English, but they'd like put the little Spanish linking words in between.
Yeah.
Like, let's see.
What's going on?
This is freaking me out.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, here we go. I can see you now.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good.
All good here as well. Good to meet you. I'm here with Tom.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Tom.
Nice to meet you too.
Here it's in the commissioning team, and we're carrying out this research together for this man here, Kai.
Hello.
I'm just in the background.
Yeah, he's gonna pop up at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to start, as I mentioned in our message, we're testing a new tool to help teachers analyze students' data, students' results more easily. And what we have right now is a very early prototype. So what you will see, we will send you a link, and what you will see is, as I said, is a prototype. So not everything will work. Not all the links will be clickable. Not all the icons. Only very few.
Okay.
And just to make it clear from the beginning, we're testing the tool, not you. So there is nothing you can do wrong. No mistakes. We want to understand if the tool is easy to use or not.
Okay. Great.
So what we would like to do is, as we go through it, as you navigate it, to think out loud. Think about the things you see, what grabs your attention, just what you're thinking of any of the features that you see, because that will help us understand how you feel about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. We might not be able to answer them straight away because what we want is to see your experience if you didn't have anyone prompting you any answers or any following steps. But if you have questions, please do ask them. And then finally, just one thing, if that's okay with you, we would want to record your screen while you present it so that we can look at it again in the future.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah? Okay, then I'll start recording the screen.
Okay.
Brilliant. Okay, so I'll send you a link, and if you can try and click on, you should have a plus button amongst the different buttons that you have on Skype.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have it here. I pressed it now.
Yeah, you should have a share screen option.
Share screen option. Wait a minute, because maybe not. Share. Maybe here at the top. No, I don't think I do have that. Wait a minute. I press the plus sign, and this is like for the mic and the camera and the speakers. Maybe here. My eyesight is not that good though. No, I have the gallery. I can add contacts. I don't know. Do you want me to try from my computer, maybe?
If you can, that would be great.
Let's see. Let me see what I have here. Nope. Nope.
It only comes up in a call, so that plus button only comes up when you are in a call.
Yes, when I hit the plus button, I get the speakers icon, the mic icon, like a get out icon and the camera icon, but I don't have a share screen icon.
Should we try to stop the call and try again from the laptop or the desktop?
Yeah, the thing is, I have a desktop here available, but I won't be able to see you or hear you. Maybe so. I don't know if that will work for you.
Can we use both?
Because
is it possible? No.
I'm just seeing where the share
Okay.
screen is.
Okay. Kai is having a look on the app to see if there is another way to access the sharing screen functionality.
Okay, because I do realize the problem is that you want to be able to listen while I talk to you while I am exploring your links. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's it.
So in the phone I can see you and hear you, but I come again. You said it was a share screen button.
Oh, perhaps are you using an iPhone?
No, because it's a Samsung.
Because on this computer, for example, there is an icon that is two little squares.
Two little squares.
One on top of the other.
Sí, pero no, that's not what I want. I have gallery, I have add contacts, I have take a picture, start recording, and that's it. And then I have the speaker, the mic, the getting out symbol, the camera, and just if I want to finish our call, the red button there. Nothing else.
Okay. Let's see what. Oh, sorry.
It only works on the desktop feature.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. What do you want to do?
So what's wrong with the laptop?
That she can't hear us.
She's on the phone.
I wonder whether we can call you.
Yeah, can we?
WhatsApp?
Yeah.
We might be able to phone. We might be able to phone you.
Or just
using
on
the phone
WhatsApp.
number. Yeah, on WhatsApp.
Yeah. And you use the desktop.
And then we can pair up the audio.
WhatsApp. No. The problem with the desk, that's why I installed the app in the cell phone, because my desktop doesn't have a camera or a mic installed.
Yeah.
I have a laptop here.
But if we use WhatsApp on your phone and Skype on the laptop, so we just call you.
WhatsApp in my phone and Skype in the laptop. Okay.
Yeah. Shall we try? Let's give it a go and see how it goes.
Let's see. Okay. So but I have to give you my cell number for you to call me in WhatsApp, right?
Yes. Do you have WhatsApp on?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Okay. So yeah, just a second. That Kai is.
598.
Just a second. Are you taking it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
So 598 is the country code, and the 99560-237.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Let's try that then. Goodbye. See you in a bit.
Okay. Bye.
What was the phone number?
598 is the country code.
Yeah.
99560 237.
So 598-9956-0237. Valeria to be deleted.
Oh, she suggested it. So it takes some time to come up. And pay attention because sometimes it comes up directly with the.
All failed.
Is it because of the signal here?
No, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Well, does that help? Oh no, I didn't want to do that.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just. Leave. We can just ring off my phone. Just let me find out. Just double check the number.
Yeah, 598
598.
99
Yeah.
560
Yeah.
237.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
That's- We heard her earlier though.
Yeah.
She was on here.
Okay.
Oh, are you
That's-
from the computer or
No,
from
that's
the?
the phone.
Ah,
No, I'm in the phone because
Ah.
my computer does not have a camera.
but that's fine. That's fine. We'll just call you on the computer because otherwise the plus button doesn't come up. So just if you can just reply to the call on the computer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
let's try again.
Fine. Okay.
She's not coming up at all.
Just get her to repeat the number one more time.
Hello? So she can't hear her.
Can you hear us actually? I don't think so.
Type it in.
Yeah, she can't hear or see us. She's shared it.
Shall I just phone her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it off work?
Is it your work phone? Oh, come on, guys, Uruguay.
Uruguay?
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, right, I thought it was. We can probably call off here.
Your WhatsApp on here.
No, but you can do.
You do.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I can hear. Yeah, okay. She can hear us. So That's
Okay.
good. We're
Okay.
just.
So you heard Kai wanted to.
Just gonna phone off my phone for now. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Just open the WhatsApp.
Somehow, the number is not coming up. Did you? Are you sure? Because sometimes it has problems with the.
International.
Yeah, with the number. You just need to make sure that it doesn't save it as +44 and then the rest of the number.
Let's just double check it. Do.
It is more complicated than we thought.
598.
There's a 537.
Okay. Edit. 537. Oh no. Okay.
The third to last number is. Oh no, that was right.
598 99
99 560.
237.
And you definitely have WhatsApp. Let's just change it to mobile and see if that does anything.
We need to put the plus though.
Oh, it's an O in front of it.
Put the plus. No. You need plus. Or double. Okay. Try.
Why would you need the?
Because
Nice.
that's the. It's like your +44.
You don't do that for American ones, do you? That's not American, is it? Let's try. Let's see if it's in there. Oh, the WhatsApp should be working on here now. Tap menu your settings. Select WhatsApp web desktop. Scan QR code. We're almost there. Sorry. Our Wi-Fi is not very good at times in here. Okay, let's try it now. No. I don't have a touchscreen. Oh, God. Sorry. Web.
It might be because there is the thingy there.
Maybe drag that out the way. There we go. Probably can't even do it off there, can I?
Why not?
There we go. Yeah, you might not be able to call.
But you've got her.
Yeah, I got it on here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Technology might not always work, but you always find a way with it. Should be ringing.
Are we recording? What is it? What is the recording thing? Ah, she's typing something.
She's gonna call Sylvia.
Where's my phone?
Alright, I've just sent them a message. With not in sync. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, that's not quite connected. Come on, don't be rubbish.
I think it's our signal. Where is my phone?
So, sorry, it said failed. We're just trying to connect at the moment. What we might do is just do this and then. Just run it off data. Hello. Okay. So if we can, sorry, if we can mute.
I've muted our.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So we
Okay.
can play it through you.
We managed to. That's amazing. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right, I'm sending.
So
you
what
the-
now?
This was the test. I suppose we. Oh
Okay,
no,
so-
sorry. I. Something. Yeah. Okay, that's it. If you click on that link.
Okay.
Yes. You will see.
So can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can. We can. We managed.
Okay,
to-
great.
Brilliant. Okay. So just a quick.
So
question
I
before
create
we
a class.
start.
What do I do?
Yeah, let's just.
Yeah,
So we're just going to
so-
give you a scenario, and then just you dive straight in. But Sylv will read out a scenario for you.
Okay. So pretend to be an IGCSE biology teacher, and you've got a class.
I am. Okay. Come again. I am a math teacher.
Yeah, you're a maths teacher.
Okay. So what am I going to do? Create a class?
No.
No. So you have a
No.
class already available that is IGCSE Biology 1,
Okay.
and that class has a different range of abilities.
Uh-huh.
And you have set your class on a diagnostic check. So you did some quizzes and some other tests to find out their
Okay.
knowledge on a specific topic that is the only one available. Is plant nutrition.
Okay.
Yep.
So
And what we wanted to do is to try and find out data about your students, and that the final goal is for you to find some materials that would help you with the next steps, so how to help students in the topic of plant nutrition. Okay, so that's the scenario.
Okay.
And now we'll go through some screens. And
So
we'll
what, do I click here?
Yeah. So you click here, and then you'll see some screens, and we just want you to talk us through the screen and let us know what you think about them. First impressions. Okay.
Sure.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's go. So what, I click on this thing?
Yeah.
There?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, just look at this page, let us know who do you think.
So my first impression, so you just want to hear my commentary, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens usually to me, as you can see me, I'm not that young. And so usually with these screens that are full of icons and things, I already find it distressing. I don't like to have so many things, because what I tend to do when you present me with something like this is to just read every icon to see exactly what's going on, because I need to feel that I'm sort of in control of what I'm doing, and so it takes a very long time. All right.
Okay.
But then let me see what I've got here. So class working towards plant nutrition. That's what you said. So beyond school year, this seems like a calendar, I guess. And then recent class activity quiz. I don't know. Can I click on this thing?
On some of them you can. Some others don't work, but you can try. Like you can.
Okay, because. Okay, so. No, this one I don't think it works. So quiz, diagnostic check, progress update. I don't know. Now I'm sort of. What is this? And I guess this is all I can see. There's another quiz here. So what I am seeing are all the assessments that I gave the class, all the activities. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then can I click the calendar? It doesn't seem like I can click on anything here.
Maybe scroll down as well. There are some more. Or click on that.
Okay, sorry, you're right. Okay, and so. Class learning behavior, problem solving, scientific language, English language, math skills. Working towards, working at, working beyond. Okay, so this seems to be a kind of tracking progress of the students, but then I don't know if I am supposed to have input that or where this is coming from, I guess. And then I guess I can create a report. Okay. And then here I will be able to see all my classes.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now focusing on the topic of plant nutrition.
Yes.
We will want you to have a look at the.
So diagnostic check. Interesting. So I have a histogram, a bar chart, and a pie chart. No. Okay. So. This is the only one I learned. Here's the histogram. Okay. So there we are. So this is the score that they got in the quiz. 45% of students in the class were placed at working towards as a result of the diagnostic check. And here I have it student by student, I guess. All right. Okay. So what this is doing is, I guess, I input my quiz results somehow, and it created all of these graphs for me. Something like that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. And what if I go back? Progress tracker. What is that? Oh, I cannot click here. Can I click on this one? No. Differentiated activities. Using the data we have suggested, differentiated learning activities. Students are good together because suggested they have a common misconception on photosynthesis. The students have misconceptions on photosynthesis. See. So, group 1, understanding, working towards, working at, working beyond. Okay, and so now I'm completely lost because I don't know what I am looking at, but of course it's the first time I've gotten into this thing. But what I mean is, this is supposed to be, these students are grouped together because of the diagnostic check. So I guess this is just a subset of my whole class, the subset that didn't do so well apparently, or that they all need help with photosynthesis, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but then these bars, I don't understand what they mean.
Yeah,
because they go by topic, and what this would be how many students in each category?
Yes. So it's your class, but yeah, don't worry. Some of the charts are not like spot on with all the results that you might expect. So
okay.
But yeah, you individuated how it works. So there are different class sets. There are different sets within the class according to how they scored.
Okay.
There is another group that works, that has a link that works.
Okay, good. But I have a question, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Using the data, we have suggested differentiated learning activities.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a place here that I will find activities? Is that what it means?
Yes, and
yes. For example, the video.
Exactly.
Or the exercise.
Those are the next steps. So what to do next?
Can I click on any of those? No.
You can't on this group, but if you go on group 2, then you'll find some activities that you can use.
Okay, group 1. Oh, okay. Group 2. These students are grouped together because they have a common misconception on the topic photosynthesis. Again, chemical equation. They weren't confident on the reactants and products of photosynthesis, and then what? So, ask them to complete this practice. Okay, so maybe this one.
Okay, what did you think about that one, about the practical?
Bueno, actually I cannot see anything. I see a blue screen. Practical reference can be found at page 44 of Cambridge IGCSE continued, and I don't know, this is some online textbook, I guess, or...
What do you think of that reference to a course book activity? So as the next step activity.
So this would point me to a relevant activity in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I could comment on that.
Yeah, go for it. We appreciate.
If I have a diagnostic activity and I have a piece of software that will group my students according to the difficulties they have, I think that is great because it helps me in the analysis. Now, if then the software is going to suggest an activity and it just points me to a page in the course book, I think I can do that by myself. But I think the other part, the part of the graphs and the grouping is really useful.
Okay, that's
maybe the activity here, not so much. If it had, say, for example, a link to an interactive online activity, something that is a little bit different, I think it would be better.
Okay. So you'd want something that can link directly from this app to something online?
Just 1 second, because my phone is ringing and I'll tell them just to go away. Give me a minute. Hello, Valeria speaking. No, porque estoy en el medio de una conference call. Yo te aviso, ¿tá? Dale, gracias. Chao. Sorry about that. Okay, so I don't know where we were. Okay, so right, and I'm really curious about this progress tracker, but I guess that I cannot see it yet.
Yeah, do you want to explain? Yeah, Kai will pop in.
So some of these bits don't exist as of yet, but progress tracker we were thinking is going to be something where that's a manual upload on particular curriculum points and objectives. So on that breakdown, and it's kind of a similar thing where you've got students who are working towards, working at, and working beyond, but that's a manual input along those individual lines. And then what this kind of engine would do would take the data from that, take the data from the quiz results, and take the data from the diagnostic check, and kind of give you that overall view of the student's progress.
Amazing.
So that's the idea.
Yeah. I think that would be a nice tool to have.
Okay, that's good. That's really good.
Okay, where do you want me to go next then?
This is actually, we've basically explored the entire tool. Just have a question. What would you want to see in the next steps, if anything?
Over here, you mean in this blue box where it says next steps?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, I think that it would be, I think the idea of adding differentiated activities is great, and I think it would be super helpful to have that. Now, I would wish that these activities were like real activities. What I'm saying is, if it is pointing me to a relevant place in the textbook for the course, I mean, it's not that it is not valuable. It's just that I think that I can do that by myself easily. However, if it pointed me to an interactive page online where the students can work on activities and see immediate results or immediate feedback, did I do this right, did not do this right, or maybe a video, something different that I won't have readily available. And if, for example, because I can do that by myself, right, I can Google resources, but it takes a long time. So if instead of me Googling for maybe an hour and a half, I had these activities ready here, somebody had done Googling for me, that would save a lot of time and it would be super useful.
Okay, that's brilliant. That's really, really helpful.
Okay.
We're losing battery, Kai. Right, so this is the end of the test. We just have a final question that is about the usability of the tool that you just saw. So on a scale from 1 to 7, where 1 is very difficult and 7 is very easy, how would you rate your experience with the tool?
6. I thought at the beginning it was weird because, as I said, it had like a lot of information, but after a while it's just about exploring a little bit and know what's where. So I liked it. I think it's great.
Okay, that's really good. Really, really good. And I think that's it from us, apart from if anyone has another question to ask.
No, that's good.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was
Thanks
so
to
helpful.
you.
And thank you for working through all the difficulties.
And I hope you develop the tools for math and not only for bio.
Yeah, for sure.
We will do. Actually, we'll be in touch in the future if that's fine with you too. When we develop this further.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I'll make sure to have my camera installed in my PC. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
have a good day.
So
Bye-bye.
Where is the recording
I need
thing?
to reply to her, mate. Will.
Stop recording, yeah?
Yeah.
That was fun. I love South America.
Conference call.
She was amazing.
That is South American.
And she said really, really interesting stuff. Should we have our lunch break?
Yeah, it's one bit up and I can't find it.
No, I keep using my old password.
Oh, I can't remember what was
Your mate is really keen to meet up with you. He messaged like really 5 times in that.
I think partly what she's saying about for the icons is partially why you don't want everything to be
an icon.
But I think some of it is, again, it's mobile and it's the spacing. So it'd be interesting to see in a different view.
I think the main thing so far is the content of the next steps, and it not just being a page number in a book, but it being a link to something.
Yeah, and I think some visions, I think being on a desktop would help the visualization of it, but there is something that maybe in the not all blued out as well, just maybe boxed or something, just to pop it and a bit of space in it, or maybe this is where some kind of card or something would be helpful. But I think for the most part, considering it's built in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but also I think what she said about, you know, at the beginning she said I have a certain age.
Yeah.
And then she went through it easily.
Yeah, by the end it was. And that's it. People have a hesitancy, and then they're fine. Yeah.
It's cool. Let's see if Eric messaged us. No.
Okay. Yeah, let's go again. Apparently.
You need to charge your phone.
Yeah.
You need a charger. I've got it at my desk.
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
Could be going to the darts on Saturday.
Where?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
You've been?
No.
Apparently,
I went to a football game on Sunday, so I can't be.
Like the darts is the drunkest, most fun sporting event you can go to.
What is it?
Also, this is on the
The
stream. Yeah.
Well, everybody knows that. Don't they?
Yeah. Right. When's the next one?
12:30.
Okay, let's just leave the stream running because it's a link.
You know some darts on TV?
I didn't start.
Yeah, as in like fat
Surely
guys.
Rich is making
You
you
get
watch
it.
darts.
Oh no, we watched snooker.
Darts is more fun.
I love snooker.
Right, let's go get some
Food.
bits. I think we're done with the camera, really, aren't we?
We're streaming.
Yeah. Everyone's tuning in.
I'm sure. So this is for Kai. See. Right, let's do this thing. I had the easiest secret something with a relationship. Kirsty was having twins. So doing a Kai?
No, should be back before it. It's like my Christmas wrapping. But then at least everyone knows that I did it.
That's very true.
Okay. So Farhat, is it?
Yeah. So we've done 5 already, right?
Yeah.
She's a science teacher.
Oh, cool.
Another meeting tomorrow morning.
Here he is.
Nobody.
You seem in a lighter mood.
Hey. Lose the case. Who's the next chap? Farhat
Yes. Science.
from Saudi Arabia.
No,
Oh, it's
from
different.
Pakistan.
Just the link. Pre-copied.
Let's see.
The-
Unless Kai has copied something else. Yeah, it's there.
Has it got chillier? Or is it just that corridor's chilly?
Yeah, I think-
You want to warm up.
Oh, what happened?
I reckon these might have to come jorts.
Oh, do you want to do this one?
Yeah.
My whittled,
Jorts.
yeah, my whittled hair's getting a bit frayed.
What score do we give to Valeria?
6.
No, I mean for the
I-
different pages.
I gave her a 3 for the first one, 3 for the third one, and 2 for all the others.
Okay, yeah, I think it's fair.
That's about right.
Because there was one where she actually was pretty good, even though she said she wasn't going to be.
Yeah, she was. Just looking around.
Yeah, I gave her a 3 for like the next steps one because she found everything fine, and it's only the diagnostic check that you can click,
Yeah.
and she did. So
Fair enough.
tight.
Did you bring your phone charger?
Yeah, it's there.
Cracking. Let me check if the stream's still working.
How many people do you reckon are watching
0. Lunch in it.
soccer streams?
It's on Ronaldo 7.
Put a link on Reddit.
Is that how you find it? You go on Reddit?
Reddit's unbelievable for football streaming.
Sorry, is that my coffee? I forgot to throw it away.
Oh no, I got
That's
someone.
probably wrong. Yeah,
Ah, well, they're all
don't know.
cool.
If anyone wants a black coffee, there's ones over there.
Thank you. I can't believe I'm functioning. It's my fourth day.
So you're
without
watching now?
sleeping.
One is here.
One is here.
Um, it's on Ronaldo 7.
Do you think it's better to have everyone in one day or have people in different days?
Well, for the point of this process is.
No, okay, not but in general, because I think it's really useful. Yeah, but you also get the, the experience of what works and what doesn't work.
Depends on what you're trying to. It depends what your aim, the research is. Because if you want to, and it depends on how you're doing it. If you're doing it remotely, you can do it all in 1-2 days. But if you're going to different schools,
Yeah, of course.
then you can't do that because you've got to get between schools. Also, depends on what you're doing. So if you want to design something and then pivot on design, and having it spaced out is better because then you can make changes and tweaks.
Okay.
You usually want to do about 5 a day if you're doing it like this or having people come in. Because any more you get fatigued and you just start to stop putting post-its up. You start to be sloppy with the questions, or you just let things slide, or you start to guide. You try and make things a little bit easier for yourself. But I think it's been good. She's seen it. Has she?
Yeah, she has. And then something came up saying, Craig, you can now start chatting.
I'll just call her in a minute.
Are you ready? Are you ready to Skype? Yes, I am.
You got such a musical genius in you.
I mean, yeah. Have you heard my originals?
Well, one was really good. The one you made me listen. I mean,
The one you forced me to listen to
I was
was
fine.
actually alright.
I was going. I'm so upset. Listen to this sad song.
it was like, listen. Well, can't really have
How
it.
late was I in the morning? Like 3 a.m.
No, we were at work.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, well, yeah, I don't count the drunken stuff.
Well, I thought it was just like, Kai was drunk at work, upset.
I was not.
That is one
Yeah,
thing
sorry.
that I can't say he does.
There she is.
Ah, just type it.
Ready?
Yay.
Should we call her?
Yeah.
I put the fleece on for a bit.
Fleece.
You need to click here.
Remember to record this time, Tommy.
No, you didn't notice that before.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I said I didn't.
No one noticed.
I only noticed it when Sylvia.
Didn't
recorded
happen.
it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. What a beautiful setting. Beautiful flowers.
Yeah, thank you. And it's evening over here.
Oh.
5:30. Oh yeah. It's 12:30 at your place. It
Yes.
seems-
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like
12:30.
Shall I try?
Sorry, we lost you for a bit.
yeah.
Can
yes.
you can you see us? Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So well, I suppose you know me very well. And finally we meet. And here's Tom. He works in the publishing team.
Hello.
And behind the scenes we have Kai, who sometimes appears.
Hi.
And he works in digital. So Tom will walk you through this exercise, and I'll leave it to him then.
Okay. See if I can do everything right.
So good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too.
Okay. So as Sylvia said, I'm gonna, to an extent, walk you through this exercise. As you probably know, we're testing a digital tool that we're working on to see what it's like for teachers to use, to see if teachers, enjoy using it and whether they think it would be useful for them. It's worth pointing out at this stage that it's a prototype, so there are some things in the tool that that don't work or you can't click them, and some things that do. So it's not in the finished stage yet. So just something to bear in mind as we go through. I should make it clear as well that we're testing the tool. We're not testing you. So there can be no wrong answers, and you can't do anything. You can't do anything wrong. So don't worry about that. Okay.
It's a test. It's not a test.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a test, but not a test. So we want to hear exactly what you think. So don't worry, about hurting our feelings or anything. We're trying to improve the tool, so we want to know honestly what you think of it. And as we go along, if I can ask you to think out loud as much as possible. So as we go through the different screens, try to tell us what you're seeing, what you think of what you're seeing, whether the layout is appealing to you, whether you think the features would be useful or not. And if you've got questions, just ask. I may not be able to answer them straight away because we're looking at how you use the tool without somebody guiding you through every step, but I can certainly answer questions when we finish. And just finally, with your permission, we will record the computer screen as we go through, as well as what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem. In fact, can I get that recording as well?
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
If I would like to have that recording.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
That's
yeah.
completely fine.
Yeah.
We'll send it to you.
Okay, so we've just started recording now. So, do you have any questions before we get started?
I'm just guessing what it is, but
Okay.
I'm ready to do it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
It'll all become clear.
I'm ready to jump into the thing. It's
Okay.
not a problem.
Okay, brilliant.
Let's see.
Just before we do that, can I ask you a couple of quick questions about contextual questions? So can you just tell me what about the school where you work and what your role is in the school?
Right. Actually, I've been teaching for a very long time. Initially, I started teaching MBBS, and then due to some of the personal problems, I started teaching A-level because the schools were near to my home. And I've been teaching for more than 20 years, in fact, around 25 or 26 years. And I was head of biology department in Karachi Grammar School. And last year I resigned, and now I am working with TA Public Schools, Bahria College, and Elcott College. In fact, I joined 4 colleges this year, but one of them I wasn't satisfied with the way because I wasn't happy. So I thought 3 schools are more than enough for me.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Continuing as a visiting faculty in 3 schools.
Okay.
Because what I feel like the way the academics should go on, that
Yeah.
wasn't happening in that school.
Okay.
So I feel like if you're not happy with the way the things are done for the students, it's better to be away from the system rather than just continuing for the sake of a job. So I'm happy with these 3 schools, and they are very much into the students' learning, their holistic development, and their grooming, and everything they take into account. So that is why I've been working like that now.
Oh,
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So we can get started
But
now.
I've been a researcher also for a long time in biochemistry, and I think that's my thing inside researching, experimenting things that I'm with you guys right now.
Yeah.
So that would be
Perfect.
great for us.
Perfect. Okay, so I am going to send you a link in the chat on Skype, which is a link to the prototype, so you can click it and hopefully.
And you should have an icon. It's a plus icon.
Yeah, I have.
Yes, if you click on it, you should have different options, and one should be share screen.
Turn off subtitle, start recording, hold call. I don't have share screen over here on plus sign. Yeah.
Is there an icon with 2 squares?
Yeah.
If you click that.
Yeah, 2 squares. Yeah, share screen.
Okay,
Perfect.
brilliant. I think there is an extra button to click. It always does it like.
Extra screen now?
Yeah, no, it's not sharing. So I think it says, "Are you sure you want to share?"
But a snapshot.
Or,
Snapshot. Here I have a message screen, a message icon. Open
it's those 2 squares share screen. If you click it again.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. There something should open up, and
yeah,
you
there
need
is
to,
window.
Yeah, and you need to click OK or something like that again.
Yeah, share screen again.
Yeah, that's working now.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's working?
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So can you see the link that we've sent you in the chat box?
Let me see. Chat box is here.
Yeah.
Loading. Yeah.
Yeah. So ignore that it says loading. You can just click that.
Alright.
And it should open up.
Yes, it's loading. And
Perfect.
IGCSE Biology 1 and 2.
That's right. If you can just scroll down a little bit so the phone screen is in the middle of the screen. Just like that. Perfect. Just go back up a little bit. Brilliant.
Home, library.
Brilliant.
Classes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna present you with a scenario, which is how we're gonna work through this tool. Okay. So the scenario is that you are an IGCSE biology teacher, and you have a class of mixed ability students. The class is IGCSE Biology 1. And you have previously set your class a diagnostic check and a quiz to find out what the students' knowledge level is of the topic of plant nutrition.
Right.
Okay, so bear in mind that's the topic that we're focusing on here is plant nutrition. And what we would like you to do is to find and evaluate the differentiated activities around plant nutrition that this tool proposes as a result of the data that you can see about your students.
Right.
Okay, so if you just go to IGCSE Biology 1. Good.
Right.
Okay, great. So on this screen, if you can just have a play around and thinking out loud, let us know what you think of the features, of the layout, and whether you think this type of thing would be useful, and what you think it is as well.
Okay, class working towards plant nutrition, class working beyond school year 4. Okay, recent activity, diagnostic check, progress update. I can't see the other thing after progress update. It's not visible.
Yes, I just fixed the layout.
Yeah. Over here, class learning behavior.
So what do you think the class learning behavior is telling us here?
Class learning behavior is really important because sometimes students' performance in biology is not good, and when you go through other science areas, you find they are actually their aptitude is not towards science, and that is really helpful. In that case, you can help a child in a different way rather than dealing a child in the same way as the other group members of the class. Then mathematical skills, obviously mathematical skills are important in biology, and it's important for a teacher to know if there are some kind of calculations involved in a topic you are teaching, from where you need to start. And surely language skills are also helpful because they need to write their answers in structured questions, and in essay type questions they need to answer in their grade 11, this IGCSE. So in that case, if you know the language skill of a child, you can work on that. If a child is weak in that area, you can set up some extra assignments, or you can talk to English language teacher that this is an area required where a child needs improvement. For example, sometimes children they mix up between the words like there and there. They are not sure about the correct spellings, things like that. So you can talk to the English language teacher, and it helps you plan your lesson in a different way, so that it's catering to the need of the majority of the students. I wouldn't say all of them will be, but the brighter ones or who are just above the average should not get bored with too much basics going on in the class. And and the other, who are not coping up with, the maturity, they need to be helped out as well.
Yeah.
So it actually helps in lesson planning and problem solving areas, surely analytical skills, how a child is thinking. In fact, whenever we are doing formative assessment, whether verbally or written assessment of any kind, you gauge their ability to solve the problem. Sometimes it's just a recall of knowledge you are checking, but after the recall, you want them to apply in different areas. For example, I use sometimes PowerPoint presentation, and I do not just use the PowerPoint to tell them this is this. No, look at this slide and think about it.
Yeah.
What you find in that, or what you find, because you have to make them able to think and in different situations, and that is what is required in around 50% of the paper.
Okay, great. Thank you. If we just scroll back up towards the top of the screen, and in fact, if we just go up a little bit further,
it's quiz, nutrition, diagnostic testing.
Yeah. So, what do you do you think this sort of thing would be useful? Do you think, as a teacher, you would look at something like this and it could tell you something useful about the level that your students are working at?
It's really useful because sometimes you do not have time to prepare your own quizzes. And sometimes you do not want to reuse the same kind of quiz you have used for a couple of years or last year. You want to do things in a different way. And in that case, if this kind of a resource is there, it will be up to a teacher whether to utilize it or not, depending on the situation. A diagnostic quiz could be just informal questioning in the class verbally as well. It could be written thing as well, but in some of the situations, teachers do need a written evidence. And in that case, like the diagnostic quiz will be really good. And progress update surely is very helpful. And in fact, I make my own, check how students is going on. And this was a difficulty level in the topic. Now that is a difficulty level. Sometimes it's simply a tick, all right, this was a thing. Sometimes it's just out of 5 out of 3 where your student score is, or sometimes it's just a mark quiz. So activities do vary in a classroom situation. And it also depends on how much time teacher has to finish off the syllabus. So how you are organizing things.
Yeah. Perfect.
So I do take a lot of quizzes, even in A levels I'm teaching nowadays.
Okay, great. And if we just scroll up a little further.
Right.
Towards, if we go right to the top. So bearing in mind that we're looking at, the topic we're looking at is plant nutrition. Is there anything there that you can select to look more into that?
All right.
Just have a look and see if there's anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we have here?
We have diagnostic check 9 working towards 8 working at 6 working beyond. Right.
So what does that mean to you?
This means when you you're gauging your student, there are 9 which are above the average level, or which know the topic well, and you can build on that. 8, I think, are at that stage where they are working at that topic, and 9 students are working towards that. They will achieve their goal, but at present they need to work. So
great.
So you could help them in doing or working like that, and progress tracker. Okay.
So the progress tracker is one of the things that it's not, because it's a prototype, we can't click that at the moment.
All right.
But if you scroll down a little bit,
right,
you can see.
I used this kind a couple of years back when I was doing this teaching and learning course with CIE, this progress tracker kind of a thing. This,
okay.
A chart kind of a thing going up. Yes, differentiated activities.
Okay, so what do you see there?
Using the data. This is really a good thing, I would say, because automatically a teacher is going to get once, if it's done like this with the computer, and a teacher doesn't need to sort it out, and you are getting your group of students, these are the ones which need to work in this particular area, they have got this misconception. So you have your students grouped together. And now as a teacher, with this group of students, I can use the other group of students who have got better understanding for the topic. I can group them and I can split this group. Like, for example, if I have 4 students who have got really good understanding of this area, I can take 3 from here and 2 from there. I can pair them up like that, and they can work together because they will be helping out each other in that case. Or if I'm organizing a kind of a remedial class, I have time, and if I myself is going to work on that, I can, make these students sit on one table and help them out with this particular misconception, give them around 10 minutes of talk, and then I can move on to the other group and I can talk to them about the misconception they have. Yeah. So I feel like this kind of a thing will be helpful for a teacher. Okay. And next steps, okay.
So yeah. So what you're looking at the moment is group 1. So is there any way that you can see to change groups?
To change this particular group?
No, so we're currently looking at group 1. So is there any way we can look at a different group?
Yeah, I can look at the group 2. These group together. Yeah, they have common misconception, and I can not just group them together because sometimes I feel like the greatest resource, even if I'm doing a teacher training, in that particular room, if I talk about, it's a group of teacher I am training. If I'm talking about the students, I feel like the greatest resource is a group of students I have. And how am I utilizing? I mean, today I had a discussion and we were talking about remedial classes. I had some weaker students. So my school decided, okay, this particular child is a brighter one, and this child is going to, you are going to guide the child. Okay, today you are going to talk about this topic to the other students and see what's happening. So it will be helpful in 2 ways. A child who is already a grader is helping the other child. That child's thinking ability will improve further, right?
Yeah.
Will go one stage beyond. And the other group will be working on the basics. And then I can see them how the things are going on. But for that, you need to keep a proper track on your students. And in other school, I'm giving them, around 9 hours in a week, 5 hours to one group, 4 hours to the other. I'm utilizing this thing for the practicals as well. For example, if I have done a few practicals with the students and I know now they have reached a certain level, then there are others for practice which are organized in my absence. I leave school at 10 o'clock and the students go back to the lab at 12 o'clock. And there are some secondary students and there are some brighter ones who keep a track. Okay, we have to help each other. But it's not like that I'm not supervising it. Then next day or a couple of days after, I have to see, okay, what have you done? Is there any progress? Or who are the ones who are not working? Or who are the ones who are trying to just run away from the work? So this is how you know, sometimes these guys, they have a lot of excuses. I had this, that. So you need to find it out whether things are going on or not.
That's right.
So I feel like this is how they take the responsibility of their own learning.
Okay, great.
And they become more independent.
Exactly. Okay.
And that is the thing. So this group, when I can also assign them a task, not just by using the other members of a group, I can give them some kind of reading material. I can show them some kind of videos. I can give them links. Okay, you go through it and then bring your questions. And if I will see, okay, they can't work independently, and I need to again talk to them, and then this is how the things go.
Okay, so on that point, if you just click on group 2 there,
right.
If you can see where the next steps are,
right. These students had this conversation.
So in the next steps, the practical, you can click on that. So where it says this practical.
Yes.
You
ask them to complete the practical to investigate the need for carbon dioxide. It's actually, when I was working as the head of the department, I was handling O-level as well. And I felt it is really important when you practically involve students, because in that case they're observing, oh yeah, this actually affects, right? So in this kind of practical investigation, if you take a plant and you take soda lime, which absorbs carbon dioxide, so there will be absence of carbon dioxide. And all other factors are there, and photosynthesis is not taking place. And after around 24 or 48 hours time period, you take a leaf out of it and you test it for starch. And students are going to find, oh, photosynthesis hasn't occurred because the starch is not formed. So rather than making them memorize that factor, which they will memorize and they will forget, and when they see that thing happening, you know, real life situation, that is something they have done themselves. That is something they found. And there are many teachers who do not want to do the practical work because being the head, I had to look after the group of people, and that was sometimes difficult to explain them that how important it is, because some people feel like it's going to take more time.
Yeah, we hear that often.
So if you, that's something we hear a lot. If you see where it says this practical on the first bullet point, if you just click that,
right.
So what you can see here is the tool suggests a reference to the textbook, where you can find the practical activity. So in a way, it kind of links to what you were just saying about using practicals to reinforce that understanding. So I think we've kind of explored most of what the tool has to offer at the moment. If I can ask you just finally, if we were to say how easy it was to carry out those tasks that we've just been doing, if 1 was very difficult and 7 was very easy, what number would you give to
teacher?
Yeah, from the perspective of a teacher, yeah.
All right. For me, I would give it 7.
Okay.
Because I haven't found it difficult, but there is one thing I would just like to add on. it's a misconception that practicals are going to take more time, because it's your lesson. You need to organize it in a way that with the practical, the concepts are being covered.
Yeah.
And I found over the years, it doesn't take more than a normal time if a practical is properly organized and you are doing all these kinds of formative assessment.
Sure.
In fact, they help in achieving better results.
Sure. Brilliant. That's really helpful. Thank you for taking the time to speak to us today. And would you be happy, as we continue to develop this, would you be happy to stay in touch and we can talk more about it?
Yeah, sure. And I would like you to develop something for A-levels as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Because even the test maker hasn't been done for A-levels. On that beta version. But the thing is, I wish if you would have introduced that in A-levels and these kinds of things as well in A-levels, so that would be really helpful.
Okay.
I might be taking a couple of remedial classes for one of the schools. I'm not teaching O-levels nowadays. They want to improve their results, so maybe for a month, a kind of a remedial for them, and such things will be really helpful. You get a prepared material rather than, developing your own.
Yeah, great. So yeah, I mean, thank you very much for all your useful feedback. It's been really helpful for us, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Thank you so much. I too enjoyed it, and
that's good.
I always look forward to try something different and improve the process of teaching and learning.
That's great.
And if you could also send me the recording,
yeah,
I'd love to see.
I'll do that.
We will do. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
And to stop the recording, it's here.
There.
Yeah.
It's just two small bits of feedback for you there, Tom. She was going to talk about the bottom bit, and you kind of interrupted her and then led her away to move to a group. She was just about to talk about the blue next steps bit at the bottom of the page.
On which one?
On page plant nutrition.
She was on group
She
one.
was just about to go into and talk through her thoughts on that. You just kind of went over her a little bit. I know it's so hard.
Yeah, but like we would still be there at 4 o'clock.
No, but because that's a key feature. So you just need to let her do that bit. That was just the one small bit. And then again, it's I know we need to guide it, but it's where we're talking about. Okay, we said something like, okay, we can see where you see this practical.
Yeah.
Can you click on that? It's better to frame it in terms of how do you think we'd see what that practical is, or how do you think we can launch that practical? So it's just.
I get what you're saying, but I was doing that with other things, and what you end up with is, I mean, if I say like, if I don't tell her to click on it, she's just going to talk for 10 minutes about something else.
But that's where you need to, on the management of that, is where she's talking about the other bits, where she's talking about, I don't know, what was it, the practicals, but that's where you need to manage those bits tightly. I know, so it's not a criticism, it's really difficult, but it's easy for me to sit here and not have to do it for it, but it's just, it comes with practice.
She was a quite difficult
But it's just
one.
that's how you have to manage these, because the useful bit for us at this point is the different elements.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not convinced that that's what she was going to talk about. But
She was.
It's fine.
It's good.
It was really hard, this one. So.
like with the bar graphs,
Yeah.
I let her talk about that, and then I'm saying, okay, what is that showing us? What do you think it's showing?
Yeah,
but then
because these bits, for us, these bits are approximations. This data isn't real or anything. Whereas actually, this bit, although what's in it isn't real, the actual what she makes of that's the crux, isn't it? Whereas this is just a visualization of something that could be anything. Whereas we need to know about. We're honing in on this.
yeah.
No,
she's not really reading it though. It's just like she's just like reading it, and then
I thought that's where she was actually started. She just started to. But that's interpretation.
yeah.
was good. You did it well. It was just 2 tiny bits.
It was a really, really hard one. At some point, I was so close to starting to laugh at some point.
What?
Well, because it's like,
Doing,
just put a full stop in at some point, like, and there's a delay on that as well. So by the time I've got, you're already on the next bit.
it was something.
No, it's tricky when they're really enthusiastic and have something that they want to talk about.
Yeah, that's what it is. But she absolutely did have something that she wanted to talk about. It was rarely that much to do with what we were doing.
Put 2 up or something. Post-it notes.
I mean, it's interesting generally, and it's not it's not unuseful in terms of
knowing what they're doing
broadly, but yeah,
that's where it gets hard. And if there's no natural break in their flow,
it isn't like it. It's just like I'm impressed.
Oh, is it Olivier?
Yeah, but I can't find him. So it should be.
So do we
Can you check if I spelled it right? So it's Olivier.
I probably have him already. I've got him already.
Do.
Click close. I've got him.
Okay.
Just go people. Go down. We'll be on the.
Where is people?
Just scroll down.
You've got a message.
There he is.
Ah, there he is.
I ignored him in July. Whoops.
How are you doing?
Why was he trying to talk to me then?
Because he's a darling.
Yeah, it's my personal Skype.
Oh, this is a personal Skype. Oh yeah, of course. Because...
Sorry, I was not able to make it.
Oh yeah, Eric.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have scheduled an interview for when you're doing that.
Say to Sylvia. It was Sylvia's fault.
No, don't say that. Spell your name wrong for him as well.
So do we have 9 or do we have 8 total?
Now, it should be 9 still.
Oh.
You just want to pack it in.
I feel as if we've probably done our learning.
Oh, we've got a maybe after this one.
Yeah,
That's
I think
Tom.
we'll just.
And then
one.
Gabrielle.
But the last one we can just. I mean.
Long time no see. Oh, I got to be.
Come here.
Let's do this one all Saturday night.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Olivier.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Good.
I'm going to duck out because these two are actually taking the test. I'm sitting to the side, but I just thought I'd say hello.
Okay, hi.
Yeah.
I'm just on the side.
He only gave the computer, he didn't do anything else today.
Yeah.
So I'm here with Tom, who works in the publishing team.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
And we're doing this
Good.
testing together. While Kai pretends to do other things. Right, so thank you so much for downloading the app. It's really appreciated.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so we'll get started soon.
Okay.
So as I mentioned in our call yesterday, what we're doing is testing this prototype for an assessment tool for teachers. And this is a very, very early stage. So what we will see is a sort of a first trial, so a prototype where only some parts of the page will work, only some links will work, and others are there to give you the idea of what it will be like.
Okay, yes.
As we go through the tool, we'd like you to think out loud. So say anything that comes to your mind about what you see, and if it's useful, if it's not useful, clear, not clear, or just what you are doing. It's really helpful for us to know.
Okay.
And please be very sincere. Like, don't think about perhaps hurting our feelings about the tool. Just if there is something that if you don't like it, just tell us. It's what actually, if there is something that you don't like, it's where we find value, because we know that we need to improve it.
I know that would be my best way to help you.
And then if you have any questions, please ask them away. But sometimes perhaps we won't be able to respond immediately, because we want you to experience using the tool without anyone being able to help, because that's what you would be experiencing.
Sure.
And then if you are fine with it, we will record the screen while you share it, while you share your screen, so that we can watch it again in the future, and some other members of the team can watch it again, if that's okay.
It's very okay.
Okay, then I'll start recording now.
Okay.
Okay. And then, so shall we? I'll send you the link, and if you can try and click on share screen, so we check that everything is working fine.
I share my screen now.
Yep. And I'll send you the link. You should have pop up.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see your screen. That's great.
Now you see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And if you go in the chat, I've just sent you the link to the prototype. It says loading, but it's actually working. So if you click on it, it will direct.
Okay.
Yeah, just click on it, even if it's loading, if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's still loading, maybe.
No, click on it, even if it says it's loading, because it will open the page anyway.
Okay. I think it's opening.
Yeah. Right, while we wait, just a couple of sort of contextual questions. And it's pretty much about students' understanding. So is there anything that you do or advise your teachers to do to test your students' understanding of a topic?
Yeah. When you look at the books we use, the textbooks we use, at the end of each unit, you can find a set of questions that can help students to check themselves, or that can help the teacher to check if the student really understood. But I also advise them to use past papers. We have 3 categories. We have the progression tests. We have past papers, checkpoint past papers. But also have another category called the specimen paper, that all the 3 sets can help teachers evaluate the understanding of students.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then a question on digital devices. What do you use in class, if you use anything? Like projectors, whiteboards, phones?
Okay, yeah. Actually, we use whiteboards, but also use projectors in class. And sometimes we use phones, especially with us for assessment. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, brilliant. Right, we're ready to get started. So we're gonna look at a few pages, but first I'll give you the scenario. So
Okay.
you're an IGCSE biology teacher, and
Yes.
you have a class, IGCSE Biology 1, that has a range of abilities. Wait a second. And so you've set a diagnostic check and a quiz to your class, so that you
Okay.
can find out their knowledge on a specific topic, that is plant nutrition. So that's the topic that you've taught last, and you've given them a
Yeah.
diagnostic check and a quiz. So what we would like you to do is to find and evaluate the differentiated activities in the tool as a result of your students' data. And then after that, we would like you to find the materials that would help you in your next steps. So once you know that you have a range of abilities, what do you do with these different abilities? What resources you can use? But now, yes, have a play
Okay.
around and let us know anything that you think about the page.
I can see quizzes. I can see progress update. And I don't know what comes next here.
I can see it.
But yeah, it's quiz maybe.
No, it's
What-
it's fixed layout.
Okay, I would like to know more about this progress update. Is it graphic or what? What is it?
This is something that is not currently in the prototype, and it's related to another project that we are
Okay.
carrying out in development with the Classroom Monitor. And it's a manual input of formative results, from formative assessment. Yep. That will feed through, giving you all the data about your students, so that you can analyze the results and understand what to do next.
Yeah. Okay. Does it show the progress for the whole class or the progress, individual progress?
It's both. Yeah. It will be
Both.
both. But
Oh, yeah. So the progress update. Sorry, I'm just coming in now.
Yeah.
It's like a line by line curriculum points. So learning objectives within the IGCSE biology curriculum. So you then for each of those individual points, say whether your learner is working towards, working at, or working beyond. And then all of those data sources together would pull all of the data sources from that, and the diagnostic check and the quizzes would pull together to give you your overall view of your class and your student. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I like that. I like it. And here on diagnostic check, how is it done? How will it be done?
I'm not quite sure yet.
Pre-topic quiz, basically.
Okay.
It's
So
okay. So it's like pre-test.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you check
Is
the
it like
level of
pre-testing?
understanding.
Okay. And I can see the graph down here, assessing different levels. I can see problem solving, scientific language, English language, and math skills. Is this done by the teacher?
Yes, so the teacher inputs the data, and then this comes up automatically.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
How useful or
It can
not
also
useful?
create
Oh, sorry.
It seems that can also create a report.
Yeah.
Will it be a detailed report?
Yeah. Kai says
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Down here you can see library. Is it a set of books or resources, or what is it actually?
That is a question for Kai, who built the prototype.
Yeah, so that would
Okay.
be where your Elevate editions and things are kept, if you've got those.
Did you hear that?
Okay. I hear. Yeah. I heard it.
Okay, so now, as I said earlier, what we want you to to see is how easy or difficult it is for you to look at the specific topic, plant nutrition, and find the materials that would help you for your next steps.
Should I open them? Can they be opened?
Yes, so there are some that can be open, and specifically the one on the topic plant nutrition will work.
Okay. Wow. So is this a group of students?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Differentiated activities. So see visualization and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Working towards, I can add and working to get type of nutrition, photosynthesis, leaves. Yeah, it gives information. If I can go back.
Mm-hmm.
This group 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these students are grouped together because they diagnostic check and quiz results together that they have a common misconception and the topic. Wow, I like this. These students had misconceptions of photosynthesis chemicals. They were confident. They weren't confident on the reaction and product of photosynthesis. Good. Then next steps. Here some suggesting activities to help the group to ask them to complete these practical. Can I open the practical? The practical can be found on page 44, Cambridge ICTC Combined and Coordinated Activities. Good. Then I go back, ask them to complete these carefully. So can I open it?
That one won't work. What did you think of? What did you think of the other?
This one?
Of the other next? Yeah. What do you think of this?
Frankly speaking, actually, most of teachers do not really get how to differentiate the learning.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a very hard task for us to set differentiate activities. We can easily see different groups, but getting a fair and helpful activity for each group is hard.
Mm-hmm.
So if these two can help teachers and give them ideas of what differentiated activity can be given, this will be a very, very helpful. Yeah, I really like this. Maybe I get something before I forget. Up here, where we talked about here on quizzes and the diagnostic check. If we could get resources that can give tests according to the topics, actually like a complete paper about a topic, not the whole unit or the whole content of the book. It will be helpful to teachers and students because sometimes we give very few exercises and at the end, that's when we can give a complete paper from the website.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can have access to different testing different topics, it will be helpful.
Okay, that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
And what type of resources or materials, anything you would like to see in those suggested next steps? Is there anything in particular that you would like to see? What do you think about the referencing the course book?
Yeah, for differentiation, I would be happy if those groups, especially those who are struggling, can have access to more resources than others, especially with audio-visual aids, like video or audio pictures that can help them understand better and faster. And if they can get more exercises, especially from simple to complex, so that they can even help themselves at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Just one last thing that there is available on the tool is you can find out results summary of all the students. Yeah, it's higher up if you scroll up back up. And we go again in that subject you just taught. So in that topic, sorry.
I go back.
Yeah.
Over here, plant nutrition.
Yeah. In that topic, plant nutrition.
Okay. Yes.
You have a tool available there, exactly where you are, to show you how your students have done.
Oh. Wow. 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 So these are different students, right?
Yeah.
Down here. So the teacher can even see each and every student's progress.
Yep. And you would see all of them with the final in the final version.
The pie chart? Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. This is all that we have currently available on the prototype. So I've just got one final question. That is, if you could rate how easy or difficult it is to use this tool on a scale from 1 to 7, where 1 is very difficult and 7 is very easy. What do you think you would give it?
For me or in general?
Both, for you and what you think in general other teachers would feel.
Okay, for me it will be 6. But if I take it for general at my school, it can be 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good to know. And I think that was our last question, unless Sky's got anything to ask. No? Okay, that was it really. And would you like to be involved in any further stages if we develop this prototype further?
Of course, yeah.
I knew it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that, Olivier. It's really
May
helpful.
I ask one question?
Yeah.
May I ask you one question?
Sure.
On my screen it seems that this prototype is open in a smartphone.
Yeah.
Does it mean that will it be an application that can be installed in a phone?
It's a good question. Essentially, this is just designed because when I do designs, I do them in mobile first, so we have the capabilities. We know everything will work on mobile, but this is just an idea at the moment. So this isn't anything firm. This isn't a promise of development or anything like this. This is just to check that we're going on the right track with our thinking. So ideally, it would be on a phone, but whether it's an app or whether it's on mobile web, that's a different question. But that we'll be doing more research into that, and you're definitely somebody we talk to about that because we know Rwanda is an interesting place, and yeah, we'll ask questions about your preference for that as well. But yeah, mobile's definitely what we're looking
Great
towards.
job, Kai.
Well,
this is a great job.
I'll make a snippet of that for the recording. I'll keep that. That can be the headline we can put at the start of the video montage that I
You
make.
don't know what you've done, Olivier.
But yeah, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And speaking
you.
a bit.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Talk to you
Thank
soon.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Okay.
You chose the wrong people to talk to.
Sweet. It's been nice listening in, actually, I've got to say.
Has the stream been good?
The stream's been very good, yeah.
Are you listening also to the out?
The outtakes.
You hear everything.
Don't do that. No.
Kai's drunken escapades, singing. Yeah, that came through.
You all just So you're the one other person watching.
There were 2 people watching.
Yeah, one was.
Oh, really?
One of them.
I think we got it running in the background just to check.
Right.
Working.
That's good.
No, it's
He
good.
doesn't drink on the workplace.
Yeah, I know he does. He does really. He's got what he calls water. It's vodka, straight.
Gin.
You can't say you can't do it.
Yeah,
Got
that's
more
what
to
I
go.
was-
Great,
in
great.
case,
Yeah, thank
because
you
that
for
was
that.
really good. I
That's
thought
Yeah.
it doesn't. We can run that
But
on.
they really love this.
Yeah. Totally agree. And I
You
can
had
see
a,
why.
sorry,
because
I
it's
looked, but you had a
no,
message.
you're
in
fine.
Aston.
do they like the fact that it's
Absolutely,
automatically
thank
segmenting
Yeah.
those groups?
That's what they love. They love.
Perfect.
They love that,
Perfect.
and they like that it's kind of they can if they want they can just go we'll chuck work to them, or they can go okay well I know these people are struggling, I know these people are doing well, so I can then
Use them.
in the classroom management.
Yeah.
It's
Which is why that thought about badging these students and giving them topic capability.
the student side of
priority.
things is going to be interesting.
It is.
It's interesting to not to build it up too much and make it too complicated, because at the moment, what has come out of it isn't actually the deep analytics, or the report looking in. It's surfacing the actions. Which is what we said.
Did you see Bill's found the Hodder thing?
Oh, the parent.
They're reaching out to schools.
Yeah. I'm sure you knew about this.
No. The only thing is, I know they're up to something,
but you can't
but
see.
Helen just won't tell me. It's like,
Get drunk.
my wife is the
My
international
work.
director.
You always say
Oh,
my work
right.
life.
Actually, yeah, when she gets pissed, she gets quite aggressive.
Right.
Actually.
Secret Santa thing. Then
Oh, it's a marketing one.
Yeah.
Alright, so
You
When's
know,
the next one? 2?
2:30.
2:30.
2:30 if we're doing it. Yeah.
Oh, so we've got 8, not 9.
Yeah. Let me just check.
9. 8 there. I think we've done enough
Yeah. So there was going to potentially be one
now.
but he sent Sylvia a message in the middle of that one to say that he was too tired.
Fair enough. That's better. That's fine.
Teachers get all this holiday. What do they do?
All right. Well, 2:30. Let's stop the stream. That's it for the day, people. If you're listening, for the stream anyway.